Second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about...
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
English, mother...
Body, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Let's put a smile on that face.
What's up, film family? Welcome back to the Film Room Podcast. I'm your boy Scott. As always, I'm here with my boy Dion, who's about to say what's up.
What's up? Got my sleeve, got my headband. I'm ready.
So today we're doing the 2005 ball movie, Coach Carter. And like Dion just mentioned, if you're listening, this guy's decked out. We both got jerseys on. But he's got on a headband, a shooting sleeve. This man's ready to play in the game, bro.
I got my kicks on too, but I'm not gonna stand up. I don't want to mess up my setup here.
I don't believe you.
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah. I know you got the NBA socks on though.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. I'm gonna bring my foot up though.
All right. So this is the 2005 basketball movie, bro. We're both hoopers.
Yeah.
And I feel like this was a must watch. Like when we were growing up, 2005, we were in elementary school, and I don't think I saw this until I got to high school. But like just being in the basketball community, I feel like you had to watch this movie.
Oh, for sure. And I was gonna say the same thing too. I didn't see this movie. Obviously, we were pretty young when it came out. It's not like a kids movie that we would have watched. We were watching more like Disney, probably Pixar movies at the time. But yeah, I didn't see it. I don't think I saw it until I was in high school either. Maybe elementary school, but I don't remember. Obviously, I've seen it, but yeah, I don't remember when. But yeah.
No, great movie. I loved it, especially as a basketball player fan. So that was my first question to you, is like, from the perspective of a hooper, what were your thoughts on this movie?
I really enjoyed the movie. Like, I thought, the funny thing is, until we did this podcast, I actually didn't know it was based on a true story. I don't know how that always passed me by. Yeah, I don't know how that always passed me by. Every single time I watched it, because it even says, I think there's a part where it says based on true events, right?
I don't know if it says that, but dude, at the end of the movie, it's like this person, like Worm, got a scholarship and played for 4 years. Kenyon got a scholarship and did this. Like, why would they do that if it was just a fake movie?
They've done that. I've seen that. I'm pretty sure they do that in The Breakfast Club. That's not based on a true story.
Oh.
There's movies where they do that, where it's just like, they're bad kids or whatever, and then they let you know these kids turned out all right in the end, because they just don't want to show their lives. So I thought it was one of those, and that surprised the heck out of me. And I was like, "What the hell? This is based on a true story?" And I was like, and that goes into another thing, because you like this movie, obviously, right?
Yep.
And I like this movie, and I don't know if there's obviously a little nostalgia to it, as we said, we watched it when we were little. But I remember I was listening to the basketball podcast. Shout out the No Dunks podcast, basketball podcast I listened to. But they're like, these guys are like in their 40s, and they all said they hated this movie. And my thought was like, is it just because we were kids? But then when we rewatched, I was like, it's not a bad movie though. I don't know why they didn't like it.
Well, did they didn't say anything about why they didn't like it?
I can't remember. I just remember them saying that, like, they're talking about good and bad basketball movies, and they're like, oh, we got to throw Coach Carter up there for bad movies. I was like, wait, what? I was like, why is that a bad? And my thought was like, maybe they just thought the whole how he treated the kids and the whole give me all these push-ups that was extreme. But I was like, yeah, I guess maybe that stuff is a little extreme. But I'm like, wait, this is a real story though. Yeah. So like, what you're seeing is what you get. So it's like, I don't know. Ken Carter even came out and said, he was like, 90% of this stuff was true. So I'm just like, what is there to not like about it? Hey.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a good movie. Is it the best movie ever? No, of course not. But but especially as hoop fans, like, this is great, man. The some of the basketballs is not the best. I feel like there a couple, like his son Damian. I feel like he's has not an athletic bone in his body. Like, I mean, especially with these sports movies, like you have to remember, a lot of these are actors, so a lot of them come from like the drama geeks. You know what I mean? So like they're not athletic anyways. But like there's in the first game that he gets into, he catches like an inbound pass, and then he starts running up the court, but like it just looks so bad. I mean, his jumper doesn't even look terrible. I don't know. Maybe it was just the one spot that I thought it didn't look good. But I did read that they actually went through like a whole basketball training program, all the actors, to get ready for this movie. So overall, it's actually pretty good. And I mean, they're dunking and shit, so that's pretty dope. But It's not
Yeah.
like your favorite movie, Double Teamed.
No, it's not like that. It is. But
So-
that leads into something I wanted to ask you, Scott.
Okay.
Now that we're talking about basketball movies, because again, there's a lot of basketball movies. I don't know if you've seen all these basketball movies, but I want to play a game with you.
Okay.
So the way
Like
this works
Saw.
is, yeah, no, it did sound like Jigsaw.
That's a little
bit. I wasn't sure if you're gonna get that reference at first, but I'm gonna play a game with you.
Okay.
I'm gonna name some basketball movies. You either I'm just gonna name them one at a time. You got to pick one or the other, and I'm just gonna keep going through the whole list. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right, so we'll start with Coach Carter. So Coach Carter versus Air Bud.
Coach Carter.
Coach Carter versus Thunderstruck with KD.
Coach Carter.
Coach Carter versus High School Musical.
High School Musical.
Oh, word?
I mean, bro, come on now.
All right. You're
It's-
picking
High School Musical is lit.
Okay,
Come on,
all right.
it's
all
lit.
right. High School Musical versus Hustle, Adam Sandler movie.
Haven't seen it yet. So High School Musical.
High School Musical versus Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
I've not seen. That's a
Oh, you never
basketball movie.
Yeah.
I thought that was like werewolves and shit.
Yeah, he's a werewolf basketball player.
What the fuck? I gotta go High School Musical again. Sorry.
High School Musical Above the Rim.
Above the Rim.
Okay, Above the Rim, White Man Can't Jump.
White Man Can't Jump.
White Man Can't Jump, Uncle Drew.
White Man Can't Jump.
White Man Can't Jump, Space Jam, Michael Jordan.
Space Jam.
Space Jam or Semi-Pro.
Space Jam.
Space Jam or Like Mike.
Space Jam.
Space Jam or Double Teamed.
Space Jam. Fuck you.
Don't sleep on the Double Teamed, y'all. Disney movie. Search up Double Teamed Disney movie.
Oh, they know.
Don't
No,
sleep.
no, they know.
They
They know this movie. Yeah, this bro. Everyone's seen that classic scene, like the final, the play in the last 5 seconds that takes 30 seconds, where the girls, I don't know what she's doing. They're like jab steps, but yeah, I don't know, just traveling 80,000 times. Oh my god, I don't know why you love this movie so much.
It's a Christmas movie. Hey, if you want us to review this movie,
fair.
leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
On anything. And if the comment happens, we're gonna have
He's
to
just
do
looking
it. Just
for
the one
one.
person.
He's just looking
Yeah,
for
just
one
one
person.
person.
It
Eloise,
can't
leave
be
a
anyone
comment on
related
YouTube.
to you or your girlfriend. That doesn't
Ah,
count.
dang it. Sorry, never mind, Eloise. Burn her account.
So, all right, so this movie follows Ken Carter, which
Yeah.
sounds like a Marvel name.
It does.
You know, like the I guess it's Ken C
Yeah.
Carter, so it doesn't actually work, but I don't know. It sounds like it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And this was actually Channing Tatum's first role, like his first movie role.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to find more like his, like I don't know, for maybe for the younger audience, the younger people may not know if you're maybe like Gen Z, Gen Alpha listening to this, but Channing Tatum had like a dancing background. He used to be he was a male stripper basically, and somehow I was trying to find like how he got this role, like how did his role go from like dancing to the movie? But apparently he was just doing some modeling. He was in some music videos, did a couple commercials and stuff like that. And that led him to this movie. It's interesting. Just I was more curious about like the whole process, like how the heck do you go from that to that? But it was just from doing commercials and stuff. And he just found like some guy in Miami when he was just in Miami, found him in an Urban Outfitters, was kind of like, hey, do you have any representation? And he's like, nah. Like, and he's like, okay, I'll represent you. But the funny thing is, when he went to go like follow up, the people that kind of like disappeared. So then he like looked for his own agency and then found just his way through all those commercials and stuff.
That's probably a pretty wild story, man.
Oh,
that
yeah.
sounds like it was pretty crazy. But I mean, with his background in dancing, like I'm not surprised how he got, like he did Magic Mike and he did Step Up and those kind of movies. Like I get that, but you're right. Like jumping into a ball movie that doesn't, because I read he didn't even play basketball before this, so I don't know how he jumped right into a basketball movie.
My thoughts exactly. I was like really trying to find. I could look around all these interviews. No one ever asked him, but hey, it's forever a mystery. Maybe someone in the comments knows. Big Channing Tatum fan.
Yeah, let us know. So shall we jump right into it?
Just jump right into it.
All right, let's do it. So we start with a little bit of not a montage, but a few quick shots. We see Ken Carter, so Samuel Jackson. We see his sports store, We see they're flipping to a game, Richmond versus St. Francis, and there's a news team there that's covering Ty Crane, who's supposed to be the next LeBron James. They're building him up. So, and then he's driving through the hood. We see, drug deals going down. So they're just kind of giving us the setting of the area. He gets to the game because his son Damien is on St. Francis, Ty Crane's team. And right after the game, they're like, "What are your thoughts on being the next LeBron James?" "Next LeBron James? I'm the only Ty Crane." And it's like, this guy's already like the stereotypical like antagonist, super cocky. Like, they're setting him up already.
That killed me. I wrote that down too. As soon as he said, I'm the only Ty Crane, I'm like, immediately typed that down. I'm like, what a goofball.
Come on,
it's such a corny ass line.
Exactly.
The way he delivered it was just.
It is like the next LeBron James. Like, bro, this guy was a mega stud coming out of high school.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dog. You're gonna say you're better than LeBron? Like, bro, this was 2005. So LeBron was already I guess he was only in the league a couple of years.
No, but still.
Yeah.
He was on Sports Illustrated when he was 16. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if people were talking
about
Ty
Crane.
Ty
bro.
Crane. Like, oh,
yeah,
maybe.
So was Ty Crane, bro.
My bad.
You don't know about Ty Crane?
My bad. My bad.
So then we get into the locker room, the Richmond locker room. They're all arguing, yelling at each other. And Ken Carter goes in. Coach goes in to see the current coach. They talk because he used to be on the Oilers. And that coach offers him the job. Says he's been wanting to retire for a while, offers him the job. Then coach is talking to his wife, and he says he's going to accept the job. So here we go. That's how we get Coach Carter.
I thought that was funny too because his wife was like saying, "Oh, you're so busy, not going to pay you that much." Yeah, it's going to be like, it's like, so when do you start?
Yeah,
she knew. He knew he was going to take it. Yeah, she knew.
Then he's dropping off his son at school.
Yeah.
He says he wants to play. He wants to transfer schools. He wants to play for him. Then he says no. Basically, he's like, "No, you're staying at St. Francis. This is the best school for you. Even though you're a freshman, doesn't like this is the best basketball team, the best school. This is your best shot to get to college." Then he goes to Richmond and takes the job. Talks to the principal, and we got our Family Guy moment right away. Principal says, "All right, thank you, Coach Carter." Hey,
yeah,
she said it.
I was thinking that too. I was like, can we do a Coach Carter when Family Guy moment when it's the guy's name? It's kind of tough because it's like it gets said so many times in the movie. But it is our moment.
Yeah,
it's still our moment.
It's the moment. It's the title, man.
You're right.
It is what it is.
Right. It's still the moment.
Can't cheat it. It is what it is.
You're right.
When we did Soul, were we mad every time they said the word Soul?
True. That's
Come
true.
On, bro.
No.
So then we get the first practice.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes in. Everybody, all the kids are joking around, and holy shit, we see their baggy ass clothes right away. Like I got out, like I would say my jersey. I had a better fitting jersey, but I had to wear this for the pod. It's like the biggest shorts you've ever seen, the biggest tanks you've ever seen.
Oh,
how do they hoop in this stuff?
I know, bro. Like I think back, like this movie brought me back. There's so much of this movie is just so 2000s. Like sometimes you watch 80s movies, like that's so 80s, people's hair and stuff. This movie is so 2000s. The soundtrack, the way people are dressed, it's just the lingo. It's just, oh man, it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
The fitted hats.
Oh my goodness.
Channing Tatum, freaking Lyle. He's got his hat off to the side every time. He's got like a tooth hanging off of his head. I'm like, man, this is amazing.
I swear he's got some do-rags a couple scenes too. And I'm just like, why?
He's bald.
Yeah.
Literally bald. It's for the look, bro.
No, yeah, it is for the look, I guess. Just the aesthetic.
And then in this first practice, we get the first confrontation with Cruz. So he's giving out the contracts. Some of the players like, nah, we don't want this shit. We're not signing this contract where they gotta keep up a grade point average. They gotta go to class. They gotta be in the front of the classes. All these rules that he's got to lay down for them to play on the team. Two of them leave like, yo, you just let go our two highest scorers. You know? Well, I guess we'll have 2 new higher scores. That was kind of hard.
No, that was kind of hard. And honestly, that should have been their thought too. It's like, yeah, damn, you're right. Yeah, you don't be so like attached to these guys. Like, bro, you be a bit leading scorer now. What do you mean?
Facts.
I mean, I get it.
And these guys are ballers too, man. Like this is Richmond.
Yeah,
right? This is the hood. There's ballers in the hood. We know this.
No, 100%.
And they said they went like 2-24 last year.
Yeah, it's
like,
crazy.
Damn, bro. How? I mean, we see it in the first game. They have no structure,
no
accountability, nothing. So I get it, but like, damn. All you needed is
cardio.
a little bit of something.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's funny because we never see those dudes ever again.
No, they quit. and bro, the team started going. I feel like they probably wanted to come back. And the coach was like, nah, you bounce right away.
Yeah.
But then Cruz gets another chance, so maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they literally just ditched and said, like, nah, fuck that. Even though the team was super nice. I don't know.
I know. They're like undefeated for like the longest time. I thought it was funny because I saw like in an interview that Ken, like the real Ken Carter, said that actually happened. Like the 2 best players did leave and then never came back.
Oh, there you go.
He said, yeah, it was, I guess it was more so because he was like, they said, oh, when you need real ballers, come talk to us. And he was like, I never went to talk to them.
Yeah. He has real ballers, man.
Yeah.
5 or 6 people that went to play college ball, man. They were nice.
No, they were nice.
And then, so yeah, like I said, the confrontation with Cruz. So he's talking shit. He goes to swing on him. Coach grabs him, pushes him all the way. He walks him from like the free throw line all the way down past the baseline to the wall. I'm like, he pushed him for so long. How did he not swerve out of this? But he was kind of flexing, not flexing, but like, you know, he was letting us know right away. He's like, I'm no nonsense. Like, these are the contracts, sign it or not. If you're not about it, you're not playing. Like, I'm legit. This is what's going down. And he proves it right away. And then right after, the people that are still there, he's like, all right, we got to get your conditioning up to the baseline. And that literally gave me PTSD.
Oh, same.
Man, to the baseline, I was like, oh, I got a shiver. My legs started to hurt. I was like,
oh my goodness. All the suicides that we used to do. Because for anyone listening that doesn't know, we used to play ball together for many, many years. And we ran many, many suicides. Not 1,000, that's for sure. But
in a week.
Huh?
You know, bro had a week to do all that shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
the one thing I do want to point out for this scene that I thought was goofy is when Worm was like, "Yeah, we hear you, but we can't see you because that bald ass head." I'm like, "Dog, you're bald too." Weird is this? You're in high school and you're bald too. So I don't know how you're dissing a grown ass man for
that's
being
a good
bald.
point. And he's bald by choice, though. All right, that's for the fresh look.
I assume.
But you're right. I didn't even clock that, but that's a good point.
Yeah,
he's roasting him for being bald when he's also bald. But then Cruz also hits us with a banger. Sir, can you believe this uppity nigga, sir? Yo, they were spitting, bro. That shit killed me.
Down too, man. Uppity Negro, sir.
It was so good. So then we get to the team after practice.
Yeah,
it's Worm and Kenyon. They're going to like a restaurant or a store. They're seeing Kenyon's girl, and her friends. So we learn that Kenyon's girl is pregnant, and she's all excited about it. He's not so excited about it. What did you think of this like whole subplot, like Kenyon's whole story?
I like the messaging of it.
Okay,
like in the sense of like. As it goes through the movie, it's like she's like kind of excited about it, and he's like trying to be more realistic about it, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like it would have been weird. I think it would have been weirder if it was like they're both just like, yeah, we're excited to be teen moms or teen parents. You know what I mean? Like I like how there's a little bit of a back and forth, like in that sense of it. Why you weren't feeling it?
Well, I feel it's not bad, but I feel like it was just the same thing every time we cut to see them, except for the final scene that we see them together when they're talking about it and she aborts the baby. But like all the other ones leading up to that, it's always just her super excited about it and him shitting on it, being not shitting on it, but being like, you know, how are we gonna pay for this? How are we gonna do this? There's a lot of work, blah blah blah, and it's just the same thing over and over. And then I feel like at the end of the movie, it doesn't really change anything. I mean, it's his character, so it's his subplot, I guess. But like to the overall plot of the movie and you're right, it pushes a theme, you know, and it shows that being a teen parent isn't just like fun and games, like you have to be serious about it. But I don't know, I didn't think that it added very much to the overall movie.
No, I understand what you mean in that sense, but sometimes it's funny you mentioned that too, because not specifically this side story, but it's in general. I feel like sometimes it's good to have these little side stories, you know, just so you care about the characters more in that sense, you know what I mean? Because this story, you could cut out like all their stuff and just be about like, it just be Coach Carter all the time. Could have just been him with his family. There could have been the dynamic between him and his son and his wife, and that could have been the whole movie. And then when he comes in to coach them, that's all the time. They're just like shadows, you know what I mean? But I feel like it adds something so we know about these characters and what they're going through. Like they're all playing for different reasons. They all have different kind of stories, not just like, you know what I mean? He's coming in to teach like these ghetto kids, and then this is his life, and then now he's back to the ghetto kids, and that's his life. Now he's back to the ghetto kids. You know what I mean? Like I like how they added, even though I agree that they should have done different things as like they kept going back to Kyra and Kenyon.
Yeah.
I think yeah. I agree in that sense. It did get a little repetitive until the final time.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like having the subplots that go deeper into the characters are great. And I mean, we see them with most of our main characters. You know, we see Cruz's kind of subplot. And that I think was done really, really well. Like it's evolving, which each time we revisit them.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like if Kenyon and Kira, it's not really. But you're right. That's one of the ways that I think this movie actually succeeds really well is in its character development and its character study, kind of the way they go into each different player. Because like even as we're going through the movie and you know, like when the coach comes initially with the contracts, and there's a couple of them that are like, no, right away they're like, no, I'm not signing this. I'm out. There's a couple of them that are like, all right. And then a couple of them that give some pushback, but then finally decide to play. And then as we're going through the movie and and he locks them out, there's some that get super pissed off and are like, no, we need to play. Like, fuck this. And then there's some of them that are like, nah, man, like, just get your grades up. Like, it's not that hard. Like, each character is reacting in different ways, which I think is really good because that's what it would be like in real life. You know, this is how people are. Everyone doesn't take things the exact same way. So like to have a group, especially of teenagers, right, that are all like, they're so dynamic in their personalities. And so having those different personalities shown throughout the movie is actually done really, really well. And I think that's actually a really good thing in the movie. But Kenyon's subplots specifically, I didn't like as much.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree with all your points, to be honest. Like it did get repetitive in that sense, and like it, unlike Cruises, the stages didn't go higher and higher. I think they could have done different things. Maybe they could have brought the parents in because I don't understand, like, how did I guess maybe Kenyon's parents didn't know, and her parents did. Maybe I just felt like more things. Maybe the sister could have been like, hey, it's not that easy. Like, do you see what it's like to have I have these two kids? Like I feel like you're right. They could have done different things each time. All the other times was like repeat, okay, a little bit different, and then so I agree.
All right. So we get to the next day. There's another practice, and Junior's late, so they get some more suicides and push-ups. He gets all pissed off. He almost quits. But so this is what I'm talking about. Like he's pissed off, but the team's like, no, we need you. And so each character reacts differently in the different situations. I think that's really well done. Then we see all the parents that are beefing about the contract. All the parents are mad at coach, saying, you know, it's not fair to these kids. You're just the basketball coach. Focus on basketball. And he's trying to say, you know, I'm just trying to give some direction and some purpose and some discipline to these kids. You know, I'm trying to get them to college. And if they don't have the grades, they can't get to college, which is kind of wild that the parents don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's what 100% I wrote that down too. It's weird the amount of pushback from the parents. There's so much pushback. There wasn't one parent that was kind of like, you know what, maybe they're all just cheese. I thought that was really strange.
Yeah, I don't
there's
know.
so much pushback.
Like you said, it's based on a true story. And Ken Carter said that a lot of it's accurate. So I imagine that's really what happened in real life. But like, why would you not want your kids to go to class, get good grades? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like, do you really think that low of your kids? They're probably not gonna make it anyway. Let's just give them their basketball. Like that's a theme throughout the movie. It's like this is all that they have. I'm like, damn,
Right.
man. Like you don't think they can change? they're in high school. Like it's crazy. But it's unfortunately that is. I guess when you're down, you don't see a light for you or your kids. Unfortunately, it's just like it's shitty.
It's the reality. It's the reality. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the principal brings it up too. You know, she's like, you know, for a lot of these kids, this is the highlight of their life.
Yeah.
And I mean, but that's what he says. He's like, and I think that's the problem. And he's right. Like, well, why are they not at least trying to make things better? They're just accepting defeat. Like,
yeah, it's rough, man.
So his son then joins the team. He says he's transferring schools. He signed the contract. So he's going to join the team. He shows up to school and the team, the main players of the team, at least, you know, all the bench guys, they don't get no love in this movie. We don't see them at all.
You do not.
Bro, we see them cheering on the bench. And I mean, we even see sometimes they have their warm-ups off. And I'm like, why do you even have your warm-ups off?
Yeah,
bro?
I know.
You're not touching the court, man. Or maybe that's the part of the games that they just cut out.
Yeah, maybe.
They don't get no love, those bench players, man.
Oh man, they don't even get words.
Nothing, absolutely nothing. So the team, our main guys, they see his son show up to school, they start clowning him, and I had to give a shout out to Worm here for rocking the Iverson jersey. He's got the Sixers hat, the old school Phila Iverson jersey. It's looking fresh. It's not my fit check, but it was. I was contemplating until I saw something fresher later on. But I just had to shout it out because Iverson's my favorite player of all time. I had to show him some love there.
It was tough for me. There's a lot of clean fits in this movie. Now there's a lot of clean jerseys and there's a lot of clean fits. I was like, ooh, it's good. Sometimes we're watching movies, it's like, man, I'm like in Captain Phillips. We're like, you're pulling on your neck. You're like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna pick. And then this, it's like, I don't know what I'm gonna pick. It's like, it was good. It's good for fits.
And then we get to practice again, and he's calling out plays, like he's starting to teach them, you know, the defense that they're going to run, the offense that they're going to run, and it's all like names of his past girls, or they're supposed to be his sisters, is it? Or
sister.
Okay.
Well, no, it's mixed. It's a mix.
Okay,
he does sisters and he does sister and girl.
Yeah, he was like, man, this girl was so hot, but she was crazy. So this is our trap defense. I was like, what the fuck? I wonder if that's real.
Yeah, probably had to use different names, but I'm sure.
But the premise?
The premise. Yeah, maybe. Actually, no, it is. Because I remember I watched like there's like a little mini documentary, like The Real Coach Carter. And he was like, all right, guys, we're going to run this play. And he said a girl's name. So like that is a thing. He did use girl names for his plays and his defense.
Dope.
He's a real one.
That is a real one. I don't know how many girls he was getting in high school. But hey, he was on the...
All-American.
He was on the banner like for 2 years. He had all the school records, so he was hooping. So I'm not surprised that he was getting girls.
No, for sure. I'm sure his wife doesn't like that. If she comes to the game, she's just screaming, "All right, Diane, all right, this break." She's like, "Yo, what's all that about?"
Wait, you're not talking about Diane from high school, right? The girl that you did? Whoa. No, sir. Yeah, facts. That's crazy. Screaming wild. Other girl's name, his ex is out in front of his wife. That's kind of crazy. That's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
The first thing I thought of, I'm like, whoa, okay.
Damn. Hey, he's ballsy. Hey, he's Ken Carter, man. He's Coach Carter.
That's true.
She kind of doesn't get much love in this movie.
Nah,
we see her in that first scene, like we were talking about, what he's contemplating accepting the job, and she's like, she knew he was gonna take it. Other than that, we only see her like cheering the team on.
Yeah,
she doesn't really do shit.
Nah, she does not.
So we get to the first game. His son gets in, hits a buzzer beater. They win. Nothing crazy here. They're feeling good, but then Cruz is hating because Cruz is not on the team, right? So he's on the sidelines, like, man, that was the worst basketball game I've ever seen. He's like, what are you even talking about, bro? They just won.
He's hating, man. I was just shaking my head. I'm like, hating ass, man.
He's hating.
He's like, you know, that's one of the weakest teams in the league, right? And you guys barely beat them. I'm like, all right, dog. And your ass was on the bench. I'm glad someone said that to him.
Yeah, exactly. They were taking that shit. They were like, man, shut up, bro. You wanted to be on the team, man. Like you would have been happy had you won. You know?
Exactly.
You're just hating, bro. But so we see Cruz, and this is the start of his subplot, I guess. So we mostly get Kenyon and Cruz, and so Cruz, we see him like with his gang. He's getting drugs from his cousin, so he pays him, grabs some drugs. So we're like, okay, we know he's going down a dark path. You know, he's hanging with the wrong crew. And then the next day he comes to the practice, and this is where he say, I want to join the team. Tell me, what do I got to do to get back on the team? Homeboy gets 2,500 push-ups and 1,000 suicides. And he says it's got to be done by Friday. So I don't know exactly what day of the week. I'm assuming it was Monday. Let's say it was Monday. So bro had 5 days to do 2,500 push-ups and 1,000. So that would mean 500 push-ups and 200 suicides a day.
That's crazy, man. So he's no wonder that he's mad at them for missing class. How else was he supposed to do these if he didn't miss class?
I think that's the point. He's like, you gotta show up, and you gotta do it during practice.
Yeah, I guess
so. He's gotta do all this in like 2 hours. Like it's impossible.
Yeah, I mean, apparently he did it.
Well, no, he comes up a little bit short.
A little bit,
almost.
But he at least did like what? I can't remember the exact. Do you remember the exact number?
I think he was
like how
80 suicides short, and I think like 200 push-ups short.
That's crazy. Bro, so he did 900 suicides.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He almost got like my reverse lazy award. I thought about it. I was like, should I give my reverse like for just doing that for a week? Like that's impressive.
Yeah, no, it was really impressive.
So yeah, he starts doing push-ups, starts running suicides, and this is when Coach first says, "What is your deepest fear, Mr. Cruz?" And we're all like,
yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
he doesn't know. He doesn't even respond. He's like, all right, sure, yeah, whatever. Then we see Kenyon and Kira again. They're at her house with the cousin's baby, and this is where she's like feeding the baby and telling him, you know, you got to let it cool off, and she microwaving all this shit. And he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He doesn't know how to hold the baby. She even takes the bottle out of the microwave, says, okay, give it a minute to cool off first. And he immediately gives the baby the bottle. Like, what are you doing, bro?
I was like, that's nothing to do with knowing how to. She just told you. You let it cool down.
Exactly.
Immediately dumps it in the baby's mouth.
I was like, what the fuck? You're right. That has nothing to do with like knowing how to take care of a baby. She literally told you exactly what to do, and you just didn't give a fuck. And she just looks at him like, it kind of like kisses her teeth, but like, what are you doing, bro? She just come on, man.
Burning the baby's mouth at this point, and nobody cares.
They're talking about their future. He's like, man, I don't know how to do this shit. And they were just about to kind of get jiggy in the bedroom. She said her mom still got an hour before she gets back from work, and the baby starts crying. So he's like, all right, I'm not getting no cheeks. So he leaves. This guy sucks, man. He's like, all right, I showed up. I gotta mess up this baby's mouth, and then you're not gonna let me hit. All right, I'm out. Freaking guy.
That's
man.
Basically it.
That's
it's a perfect synopsis of what happened.
So coach asked the principal for progress reports. So he asked the principal to talk to the teachers to give him progress reports on the students so he can keep track of if they're showing up to class, what their grades are looking like. And the principal gets mad at him. She's like, you're the basketball coach. Focus on like even the principal doesn't care about like getting their grades up and everything. Like, why?
The pushback in this movie got me so heated at times.
It doesn't make sense.
So heated. I was just like, what? I was like, all right. He got her later, though. He got her later in that second one. When it comes up, I'll mention when we get to there. But
okay.
He got her back, though.
But, like, as the principal, that's literally your job.
Yeah.
Is, like, your priority is class and grades, not ball. So why is she mad? Like, the parents, I think they should be, you know, like, not pushing back, saying, yes, I want my kid to get good grades and go to class. But, like, I can also understand where they're like, I also want them to play basketball. They have a chance to get scouted and, you know, do something, or at least it keeps them out of trouble, keeps them off the streets. But the principal, literally your first priority is grades. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know why she cares about balls so much.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess she's a big hoop fan.
Yeah, I guess
She
so.
maybe
Maybe
had,
she was a
maybe had some
baller.
money on him. She was like, "Man, if you ever go pro, don't worry, I'll represent you.
Yeah,
Let me
we
know. I'll represent you." So she was like, "No, you gotta let these kids hoop. I need my ticket out."
that was the deleted scene. Okay, he was like, "Nah, we should. That's not tasteful. We should take that out."
Yeah, guarantee that's what happened though.
Oh yeah.
Hey, the business, it's a cruel business, man. The industry.
No, it's true. No, you're right.
I'm sure there's people that are like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Backward, especially in the NCAA, man. Look, crooked ass, backwards,
Oh yeah,
fucking
yeah. It starts
shady ass shit.
It's got to start somewhere. It starts when they're in high
Yeah.
school,
Yeah.
and then grind and make their way up.
So they, so yeah, like we said, we get to Friday basketball practice. Coach says, "Nope, Cruz, it was a valiant effort, but you came up short. So I'm sorry, you're off the team." That was crazy, bro. The fact that he was just unapologetic, he was like, "No, you're 80 suicide short, 200 push-ups." He's like, "Good try, but you're not on my team."
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was like, what? I'm surprised Cruz didn't swing on him then.
But he was
Bro,
tired
he
as
swung on him
hell.
in the first. I don't care. I'm swinging on that coach, bro. I just ran almost 1,000 suicide and 2,500 push-ups. Fuck you, man.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's true.
That doesn't count for nothing.
I actually forgot that happened. Like, it's been a while since I watched this, and when I rewatched, it's like, oh, I thought he actually just did it. And then there was like a congratulations moment. I forgot that he got short, and then he said that. So when I saw that this time, I was like, oh snap! I forgot he just said, "Now we good here."
No, sorry, bro. Sorry,
Crazy,
bro.
man. Thank
Cruz
God his teammates got him though.
Yeah, exactly. Cruz just looks defeated. He's like, man, fuck. And his teammates, we get the big triumphant scene. It's Channing Tatum. He's like,
Yeah,
don't worry, I'm gonna run some suicides for him, coach. We a team.
yeah.
And he's like, okay. He looks impressed. He's like, okay. So they all start doing push-ups, running suicides. And I thought it was cool that it was Lyle, like I said, Channing Tatum's character, that steps up and like starts the team doing the push-ups and suicides, because him and Cruz were beefing like before this. They were mostly kind of getting at each other, talking shit. So he was the one that stepped up. I was like, okay, respect Lyle.
Yeah, true. I think they're the ones that are arguing right away in the opening scene. Like when when Coach first goes in and they're screaming at each other. I think it was those two going at it and like pushing each other and shit. I think it was them.
Yeah, you're right. It was them.
You're
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
So and then as Coach walks out, he gives the clipboard to Clyde, who was some guy who was counting the push-ups and suicides.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, Clyde, keep count. Bro, there's the whole team running suicides and doing. How is he supposed to keep count?
Yeah.
I was like, how is he supposed to count? Okay, this guy did 2 suicides. This guy's doing 4 points. Wait, hold on. I was like, how is he supposed to count all this? They're all doing it at the exact same time.
In my mind, Clyde was a real one, and as soon as Coach left, he was just like, "All right, guys,
we're
we
good.
good. Yeah, we good."
You're probably right.
Yeah,
you're probably right. He was doing that because the whole team would have been looking. He's just some other high school student.
Yeah,
they're like, bro, are you really gonna make us do that? Like,
yeah,
nah,
exactly.
You guys all right. Honestly, how didn't even get Cruz? Like, if he got that far and he was that close to being done, you probably could have fudged it and be like, "No, you did it, coach." Yeah. But if he did, if he only did half of it, then the coach would be like, "Nah, bro, like he didn't get it." But he was close enough that you could have probably fudged it.
If I was Cruz, that should have been the person you throw hands at.
Yeah,
you should have been like,
right.
"Dog, you didn't just lie. You wouldn't lie for me. You really told this man I was 80 suicides short."
Facts.
I'm gonna kill
snitch,
you,
man. You're right. I'd be furious. I didn't even take that. I didn't think of that till you just mentioned that. But you're right. I'd be looking at him like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? You saw me run 920 suicides. You couldn't help me out, bro.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah,
where's his loyalty? Why do those dudes have so much loyalty to Coach Carter?
Hey, man. Lyle signed a contract too.
Okay.
He would have got chained up and sent to the shadow realm if he didn't get all the counting up. I don't know. So we're in the next game then. Cruz is on the team. When he's about to go in, coach tells him again, "What is your deepest fear?" And he just kind of looks at him like, what are you even talking about, bro? I'm about to go in this basketball game. What is this? Then we get a montage, a good old movie montage of them. They're working out, they're doing sprints, they're practicing, they're playing games, they're winning games. This is kind of lit.
No, I liked it. No, I like the little montage.
A little movie montage never hurts.
Yeah,
it's always dope.
training, basketball, sports montage, whatever it is. I like
It's
it.
dope.
Yeah.
And then in one of the games, Junior is dunking on someone. He starts talking shit. And then I think it's Kenyon throws down a jam. And they're like, "Hey, smile, Kenyon." They're taking pictures. That was kind of dope. I was like,
that.
okay, this is fresh. They're talking shit. But coach doesn't like it. He gets mad at them for showboating. So at the next practice, they run a play. He's like, "Yeah, that's my play, baby. I drew that shit up. That's what I'm talking about." They run the next play, dunks, ooh, all day. He's like shimmying like Samuel Jackson. He's fucking going off in this scene. It fucking killed me.
No, there's another scene too where like there's many scenes that I think like stapled in my mind, but forever the scene I didn't remember. So when he was doing that, I had no idea he was doing a bit. I was like, is he really this gassed about his plays? Like, is he like on their level now, where he's like with them now? He's just all gassed about winning and stuff. So that the flip actually got me, but
Yeah,
he was
funny.
killing me too.
Yeah, it was your shoes untied, coach.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Would you look at that shoe? I tied that goddamn shoe. Everyone's like, "What are you even talking about, bro?"
Yeah,
he's
give me some for the shoe.
You must be out your damn mind, bro. Yeah, that was funny. They're all reading the paper, the newspaper. You know, like Richmond High, 16-0. They're all getting gas. Junior's getting gas, and he comes in. Coach comes in. He's like, "Nah, you guys gotta chill out." And this is when Worm is like, "Man, this is my big nigga. If you was any bigger, you'd be my bigger nigga." he's just spitting, and Lyle said, so coach then goes on a tangent. He's like, "Nah, we don't say the N-word. That's a derogatory term. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
All right, so no more N-word. Are we clear?" And then everyone says, "Yes, sir." And I found it funny that Lyle even says, "Yes, sir."
Oh yeah,
I'm like, bro, because I'm like,
I was thinking the exact. I was like, "Oh, so you've been saying it?"
yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm like, wait, you need a coach to tell you not to do this? Channing Tatum, no more N-word. Okay, yes, sir, you got it. I'm like, bro, what? Hold on. Something's not right here.
Yeah, this team was letting it fly. It was everybody like there's a little. I think there's an Asian kid on the team. Was he? I wish they showed the Asian kid being like, "Yeah, you're right." So I've been saying too much.
I should stop. Yeah, you're right. It's a derogatory term. I'm sorry, coach. I'm sorry, nigga. I should stop.
If you're on the ball team, it just flies because his crew is half, or I think he's just full Latino.
Yeah, I don't know.
And he's just it's because he has an afro. It's hard to tell.
You're right. Yeah,
it's hard to tell. He's just letting the shit fly.
Probably
I
half
don't know.
El Salvadorian, half
yeah,
black.
maybe. Yeah, he just looks. Yeah.
But it just took me like when Lyle said it, I was like, there's no way that just happened. Like,
I wrote that down too. I figured you were gonna get there, so I was like, I think he probably thought the same thing too.
That shit killed me. I was like, there's no way that just happened. So he suspends Junior then because Junior hasn't been going to class. Junior's like, "Nah, fuck this, I quit." So Junior's gone, one of their best players, and probably the best player. He's the one that was getting gassed up in the paper. So I was surprised they were like, "You just let Junior go, he's our leading scorer." Well, I guess we're down to number 3 on this show. You know what I mean? Like, call back to that first practice. But then we get Kenyon and Kira again. They're talking, just saying that he's worried about the kid. It's the same old shit. Like, I really have do you have anything to say about this?
No.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same thing every time we see them.
Yeah.
At least it gets a little spicy when they're at the prom. That was a little fun.
I actually liked the little dance to this sequence. It was fun. The music was good too.
Yeah. Move your body, girl.
yeah, exactly.
So this is when he beefs the principal.
Yeah.
I don't know if was this what the get back that you wanted to talk about?
I think it was later.
Okay.
Actually, no. It was this one. It was this one where she was like, focus on. He's like, you're the basketball coach. Focus on winning games. Like, you're the principal. Focus on getting them grades. I'm like, yeah. Step up to her, man. Why is she talking shit?
Exactly. Like, this is when she's like, "Man, for some of these kids, this is like the highlight of their life." Or no, I think that this was later actually. But he's like, "Man," and I think that's the problem. And she's just like, "Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck these kids. I don't give a fuck. I want to see winning basketball games." She sucks, bro. Like,
yeah. You know, you're right.
Push
That,
back,
like,
it doesn't make sense.
this is when she threw out all the statistics. She threw out the statistics, and then
Right.
she said
right.
the next time was like, this is the highlight of their lives or whatever. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
damn, man, like, have more faith in these kids, bro. Like, do
Be
you
a
not have
principal.
kids yourself? Yeah. Like, technically, she's not the one educating them. Like, it'd be different if it was like a teacher saying this to her, like saying this to him. But still, you're a principal. Like, it's like you have some leeway here. Like, you can actually make a difference. I
You're
assume
right.
so. Actually, I don't know.
I mean, there is one teacher later on when there's like the hearing with the school board. He's like, man, I didn't agree to do progress reports. This is extra work. I'm not doing all this shit. It's like, this guy's just here for a paycheck. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Because there's some
And
of the teachers that volunteer to help them out. We're like, okay, these are the real ones.
Yeah.
This guy's just like, I'm not even writing a progress report. Like, just
And
tell
my
them
thing
what
is-
grade they got and
yeah.
if they're at class or not. It's not that hard.
That's what I'm saying. And like, again, neither of us are teachers. I know teachers will have to work hard. A lot of them are
Of course.
underpaid. But, and if you're listening to teacher, I'm sorry, but I don't understand how hard it is to give a progress report. If there's been let's say there's been 2 tests and he failed them both. Here's the progress. He's failing. You know what I mean?
Easy.
Like, you don't have to write a whole report, really. Just say how he's doing in the class. Like, I don't like he's struggling. That's it. Write on a
Exactly.
piece of paper. He's averaging a C right now. Like, I don't understand what when that dude said that, I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. And even when he does get the progress reports later on, like he flips through them quickly and he sees the notes where it says not attending or failing or needs tutoring, and then he just throws it. So it's like he's not even reading the whole page anyway. Like you said, just like you've been grading them anyways. Just look back and be like, okay, he got a C on this and a F on this. He's not doing well, and he's not been at class. Boom. It's really not that deep. This guy's just hating, man.
That's what I'm saying.
The adults in this, there should be a lazy award. I don't know what yours is, but man, I should just give the lazy award like an umbrella lazy award to every adult in this movie other than Coach Carter, because they're all just like, no, I'm not. I don't care about the school. I don't care about grades. I don't care about extra work. Like, fuck these kids. Just let them hoop. Y'all are lazy, man.
And I don't see them at the games too. I don't see them at the games.
Not even support.
I see Battle's mom. Where the rest of y'all?
Yeah,
I was looking
speaking of Battle, she's balling out, man. She's sick. So in this next scene, yeah, she's killing it. So he coaches at his store. He's filling out some paperwork or whatever.
Yeah.
Battle Junior's mom comes in saying, you know, Junior has a college that was interested in him and wants to watch him play in the game, but he had just quit the team. So she's basically saying, is there any way you can let him back on the team? He's like, you know, I understand what you're saying, but I got to hear this from Junior. She's like, oh, he's in the car.
Yeah.
So why did he come in the first place?
Yeah,
I don't know. But so she gets him. He comes in. He apologizes. Coach lets him back on the team. And on the way out, his mom's chewing him out. Quitting ball like you pay your rent. Boy, I should have. That chick was killing me, man.
No, that was
like
good.
the classic black mom.
Oh, yeah.
That was funny.
That was good. I got to shout out Octava Spencer. That's the name of the actor.
Yeah.
She's actually I've seen her in a bunch of things before.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to shout her out. She did a good job in this role. She had a lot of lines. As it makes sense, she's a known actor, but like, she was like the lead of, it felt like, of the parents until the hearing. There was some other ones that spoke up, but she was like,
but you're right. Initially, when the parents were beefing, she was like, "No, this is bullshit." You know, my kid like sucks in class. How is he supposed to get good grades? Man, go to class. Try that. God damn. So they play another game.
Yeah,
they win. We're in the locker room, and they get into the big tournament, the big Bay Hill tournament, which is, I guess, some big invitational tournament. They play it up. So, all right, they're at the Bay Hill tournament. Cool. And then we get Kenyon and his girl again. So we're at the prom. Well, I guess this is a dance. I don't think it's a prom, but they're at a dance. And Kenyon's catching a wine. And then Kira sees him and she's like, oh, okay, no, we're not doing that. So she grabs some dude. She starts busting it down on him. They're kind of looking at each other while they're getting down. This is funny. She's going crazy. And then she gets pissed off. I guess he wins the game of chicken.
Yeah, apparently.
She runs away. He goes to see her, and then they start talking about the baby again.
Yeah. That girl was going in.
Yeah, she
on
was popping
Kenyon,
off.
yo. She was not playing around, and she didn't even know. Like, it's not like she knew the assignment. She's like, we're trying to make that girl jealous. She was just doing her thing. This is how she gets down.
She was feeling Kenya. Hey, this
Regular-
is a starter on the 16-0 Richmond Oilers.
That's
Dion.
true. That's true. She's trying to get
This
a bag.
guy, exactly, bro. This guy might go to the league. I gotta bust it down at the school dance. We got some Ciara playing on the fucking speakers. Nah, I'm going crazy.
That's another cut scene that they cut out. It was her being like, "Yo, I'm about to catch a bag, yo. Yeah, you better
Yeah.
get off the best wine of your life."
It was
He's going pro.
It was the girl. It was that girl talking to her girlfriends, be like, "Oh, Kenyon's not with Kira. Watch this, baby. Watch this, girl." And then she goes wild on him.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a deleted scene.
Exactly. But so yeah, they're talking about the baby again. She's saying, "Oh, you just want me to get rid of this baby," and he's like, "No, I just think it's gonna be hard. Same old shit." She storms
same
off. And then we're at the tournament, the Bay Hill tournament.
Yeah.
They're playing I think this is the final game. Yeah, this is the final game that we see them in. So I guess they make it to the finals, and they're playing the Cougars. There's always a high school team called the Cougars.
100%.
I wrote this down. I was like, I swear every high school team in a movie is either the Wildcats or the Cougars.
That's so true. And we played Cougars too.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember. I can't remember what school was it. Colonel By or whatever. I can't remember what school
Colonel
it is, but
By
we played
Cougars?
it too.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think so. Or Kareen Wilson or something. Kareen Wilson Cougars. We played Cougars.
Yeah,
That's all I want. It doesn't matter the school, but
Yeah.
I 100% agree. I was in the
Actually,
same
I
thing.
think
I'm like,
Kareen
there's
Wilson's the
always a Cougar.
Wildcats. Bro, I'm telling you, it's Cougars and Wildcats, bro. That's all
you're
there
right.
is.
And then same match was the Tigers. Everything's just it's just fucking
cats.
feline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big cats, bro. I don't know how that all started.
I don't know.
but
I don't
yeah,
know.
it is what it is. So it's a tight game. Damien gets the game winner, and I wrote this down too. I was like, they could barely beat this team of like white kids. Like these are all the
Yeah, I know.
preppy white kids. These are black kids from the hood that like are 16-0. They could beat them by 1 point. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
We didn't see
They
the
couldn't
full.
have
They were
cast
just
more
all
black people?
shooters. They were just all
Oh.
shooters.
You're right.
Five out.
You're right. 5-0,
lethal
raining nothing but
shooters.
threes. You're right. That's probably what it
There's
was.
always a team like that.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So then after the game, Worm, I guess was looking good in the game. He was cooking.
Yeah.
So girl comes to see him, invites them to the party. But it's
Mhm.
kind of weird the way she does it. Like she passes him a little note, and he's standing right beside her and opens it up
Yeah.
and says, "Oh, okay, I got you." Like, what was the point of the note if you were just gonna open it right there and just like she could have just said like, "Come to my party."
I didn't even take. I don't know why she's so secretive about it. Hey, you
That's
guys want to
what
come
I'm
to a
saying.
party?
What
Why
was
not
the
just
point of
say-
the note?
I don't know. She didn't want to openly say she's inviting black people to her party. Like I don't like.
But like
I don't know.
because she passes the note and she stands there and waits for like 10 seconds as he opens it and reads it, and she's just like standing there and it's like, what was the point of what was the point of this?
So
But-
that's such a good point. I didn't even think about that because I would have had you to believe that she handed him the note, walked away, and then
Exactly.
he opened it and saw like an address and be like, "Come to the party," and then be like, "Oh
Right.
snap!" But it was just like, "Here's a note." They stared at each other. You opened the note. Okay.
a little bit of awkward flirting. They're in high
Yeah.
school. Okay, I'll give them the
Yeah.
benefit of the doubt. So they sneak out. They get to the party, and Junior comes in with the trophy. I'm
Yeah.
like, why did they bring this big ass trophy? Like some of them have their medals on, and that's a little
Yeah,
more
yeah.
reasonable. You know, you could just wear
Mhm.
that around your neck. That's not a
Yeah.
big deal. But they have this big ass trophy. Why?
Don't know why he
And
brought
they
the
had to
trophy.
sneak out and get cabs. You're in the cab with this huge ass trophy. Like, whatever.
Yeah. Cab is
so-
a snitch. First, just got to throw that out there.
Who snitched? Sorry.
The cab guy's a snitch.
Oh, the cab guy. Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell? But anyway, let's get to the party.
Hey,
the
he's-
party
he's
was
one of
the
the-
party was fun. The party was funny.
He's one of the only parents in this movie that actually cares about the
yeah,
the being decent. He's like, oh, you're looking for your team? Yeah, they all snuck out. He had no problem driving them though.
yeah, I know.
He had
You
no problem taking
their
their
money.
cab money.
Yeah, now he wants to be moral, Mr. Moral.
Oh, you want to know where he's because they actually cut it. He's like, you want to know where your team's at? And he says, yes, sir. And then it cuts to him just pulling up to the party. But he probably said, you want to know where your team is? Yeah, $50 and I'll drive you there. Like, this guy's just trying to get bread.
It's so true. He probably drove them back too. He's probably waiting
exactly.
to drive them back.
Yo, he made a bag that night, bro. He was cooking. So yeah, they're having a good time at the party. The girls want to go swimming, and so they all go swimming. And Worm, I never caught this in all the other times I watched the movie.
I know where you're going.
Okay, he's
Go.
he's getting in the pool, and I only noticed this because I had the subtitles on. But as he's getting undressed to get in the pool, he's like, I gotta take the chain off so it don't turn green.
Yeah.
I was,
Why you call yourself out? I never noticed that either. That killed me.
oh my god! I was like, Worm, what are you doing, bro? Like, this girl's rich as fuck. This is a crazy ass house. Why would you call yourself up for having the fake chain?
Hey, it didn't matter. He still clapped apparently.
You're right, he still hit,
but
but like that actually took me out. I was like,
me too.
I'd never noticed this on all my other viewings.
Oh my goodness!
But
Shout
that
out to whoever. Oh yeah.
It killed me, man, because like the girls are getting undressed and they're getting in the pool, and then they're all like, "Oh shit, okay, yeah, let's get in the pool." Like they're all just kind of chattering, and he says this shit. I was like, "There's no way he just said that." That's amazing.
And the funny thing is too, is like, oh, shout out to the whoever wrote the dialogue. That's just that little.
Yeah, that's
that's
amazing.
just a little thing to add in. Like that line could have not existed, and someone's like, "No, we're gonna put that shit's hilarious." I don't know if he ad libbed that. Or
Yeah, I was gonna
like,
say, I think
maybe it was
I
an
feel like
ad
he
lib.
probably ad libbed it because they probably just told him like the girls are gonna get in the pool, just act like you're hype.
Yeah.
But like,
Chef's kiss if he ad libbed that. That's
yeah,
just
amazing. That fucking killed me. I gotta take the chain off so it don't turn green. Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
It was good.
So then coach pulls up, and as he's walking in, the parents pull up. And this almost got my lazy word too. I hope I'm not stepping on yours, but like the parents come in like, "Can I help you?" And he's like, "Yeah, hi, I'm Ken Carter. I'm coach of the Richmond Oilers. I'm looking for my basketball team. I think they're here for a party." And he's like, "What?" And then he walks up, and then he notices the party and gets pissed off and goes in. I'm like, "Bro, the door is glass, so you can see right through it. The lights are shining. The music is blasting. How did you not notice that the party's going on? He just pulled up and you had to talk. But you're 2 steps from your house.
I know.
How is he like, a party? What?" And then he goes like, "Bro, how did you not just see
He's
it?"
oblivious.
Oh my god. So they pull up. Coach walks in, sees the team. He's like, "All right, no, get out. Everybody come out with me. Party's over." And this is where like Worm, like you said, he pulls up on the balcony. "Yo, coach, I got someone I want you to meet." I don't know why he was doing this.
I don't know.
He was drunk, I guess. But
Yeah.
he was like, "Yeah, I'm bagging this girl. She's rich. She's nice. What's her name? Susan." "That's the name. Yeah, that's my daughter." He's like, "Oh shit." You don't think he got in any other trouble or like? I don't know.
Like with
she
the
was,
guy?
yeah, like with the dad. Like he was just like, you know?
I mean, it seemed it was consensual.
Yeah,
You know what I
but I
mean?
mean, like the dad. But
As a dad, what are you gonna do at the end of the day? Your daughter,
you know what
got
they should have
clapped.
done? They should have thrown like in Fresh Prince when we
Oh,
see
yeah.
Jazz like fly out the door. Like, ah! That would have been
That's
great.
good.
Bro.
No, that's good.
We just see
That's-
Worm like ah as he's getting thrown out the house. That would have been great.
You are right though. I was thinking a little bit. I was like, but in my head, I was like, what would he do though? Like their coach is here to take them away. You're gonna get a quick like punch in or something, a quick slap. All you can do is just like shake your head. I'm like, damn, you know.
Just
I don't
punch
know
a
if
high school student. That's what he should have done.
And my thing is, this scene upset me a little bit. Not really upset me, but I was a little bit cheated. I was like, why is Coach cock blocking though? Really though? Why? Why couldn't they just party after the game and then come back?
I think the biggest thing is that they're drinking and they're in high school.
I guess.
That's
I
probably
know
what it is.
I know. But at the same time, you don't think Coach ever partied? The man was all American, played for the McDonald's All-Star game or whatever. You don't think he ever
And
partied?
he had all them hoes. There was his play calls, man. No,
Exactly.
you're right. He was partying.
Exactly. The Worm's gonna
You're right.
down the road. Worm's gonna name her one of his calls.
All right, run Susan. What play would be Susan?
I don't know.
So she started the party. She went upstairs. All right, here's what the play is. So it's an inbounds play. It's a box play.
Okay.
So it's tight quarters because this is the party, but we're going upstairs. It ends with a lob because we're going upstairs. That's
like
Susan.
that.
That's the Susan play.
All right.
It's a high. It's a block. The man on the block's going up to the elbow. They're diving. Throw up the lob. That's Susan.
That's Susan. All right.
Run Susan. Run Susan.
There you go, coach. He was trying to find a play.
Yeah, come on, coach.
He
He's
got
trying to
one.
help
He should
the
be
team
happy,
out.
man. Damn.
So they're on the bus. They're leaving from the party. Coach is yelling at them. And Cruz kind of hits him with a bar. You know, he's kind of like, Coach, we won. We're winners. Isn't that what you wanted?
Yeah.
And that kind of shuts him up. He's like, well, shit. He's right. Do you have anything to say about this? Like Samuel in this scene, like kind of his monologue? What'd you think?
There's actually one thing I just remembered I want to throw back from the party.
Okay.
And I remember I saw it and I didn't have the subtitles, so maybe I should went back. I swear Cruz, you just remember when you said Cruz, is that at the party when like Jason Tatum's character was like making juice, he was like, yo, you gonna give me some of that coochie juice?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is coochie juice? That's it. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a soda bottle. He poured some. I mean, they have the brown paper bag in it, it's we don't know what it is, but it's some alcohol. So yeah, I don't know. That's a mixed drink is just coochie juice, I guess. I don't know. That's pretty wild. You're right.
It's wild, but I don't have anything to say about the coach on the bus. It was kind of just a little damn moment. It's like, yeah, I did say that.
So he gets back, and this is what I had mentioned before. He gets the progress report, sees that they're all failing. He gets pissed off. So he cancels the practice, sends them all to the library where they show up. And this is where he's like, you know, the gym's going to stay locked. Like we're not running practice. We're not running games. We're not doing nothing until y'all get your grades up and y'all sign the contract. We got to meet it. So they all get pissed off. Cruz quits again.
Yeah.
And the principal even wants him to stand down. You know, he's like, you are the coach of the back. This was the time. Okay, yeah, this was the time where she's like, no, you're worrying about all this other shit. You're the basketball coach. Worry about winning basketball games. Like for some of these kids, this is a highlight of their life. And he hits her with the bar back. Well, that's the problem, bitch. Yeah. I wish he threw in a little bitch there.
Yeah, no, you should have. You should have. It's like, we gonna fire me?
Yeah. We're 16-0, bitch. So he cancels the game. And this is when all the reporters show up. So it's getting some news coverage. Then there's a team meeting because there's all the news coverage.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, it's just us now. Let's say what needs to be said. They all get pissed off about him. They're saying they think he's doing it for himself. You know, you're the only one that we see on TV getting all this news coverage. You know, you think he's doing it to get famous. And he kind of explains it to them. The background, like that he was saying to the parents, you know, this is about college, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not eligible for scholarships unless you have this grade point average. And he throws some stats at them. He said, you know, 1 in 3 of you will go to jail. You have 80% more likely of going to jail than going to college. Like throws all these numbers at them. And this is kind of one of those moments like I was talking about before where some of them are like, okay, you know, he's right. Like, let me work on my grades. Some of them are like, nah, this is bullshit. But you know, I like that the different characters and the different people respond differently to the situation. And it's done really well.
No, I agree. And it goes back to what you were saying like earlier, like in the when we were talking about like the beginning of the movie. And it's kind of funny, like, like you said, he was throwing out those stats. He just basically repeated what the principal told him. He said it like he knew those stats. This man just was like Soldier Boy Day. He just stole her whole flow, bar for bar. And acted like it was bar for bar. He acted like it was. I don't know if you guys knew this. I did some research. Yeah. Apparently, only 50%. Like, it's like, didn't the principal tell you that, coach? No, don't worry. No, that's all me. That's all me. The principal is only worried about basketball. I'm the one that's actually looking for your future here. So we get another montage, a nice little movie montage of them studying, doing community service. They're like painting the graffiti off the walls. I'm sure they were the ones that did that graffiti. A nice little, and then his store gets shot at too. They blast in the window. Someone yells, "Open up the gym, let the kids play." And the guy spits on his window. And this is when he actually he kind of breaks at this point. Like I feel like because all the other shit, like when they shoot in his window, he's just kind of like disappointed. And when all the kids are getting mad at him and the parents are getting mad at him, he never really cracks.
when this guy spits on the window, this was his breaking point. He's like, no, get out of the car. No, I'll beat your ass right now. No, you want to do this shit? Like he actually gets out of the whip and wants to be mad. But I don't know. I think this is one of the. I want to talk about Samuel's performance. It was great.
Yeah.
But this is one of the ones I thought it was good, not great. I'll say that. Because I think in this moment, like he kind of didn't play being pissed off as much as I would have wanted to, which is kind of crazy because it's Samuel L. Jackson, right? Like this guy is always known pissed off, and he's always great at
our
it.
intro.
Yeah, literally. Exactly. English, motherfucker. Do you speak?
Exactly.
That scene is amazing. But that's what I mean. He couldn't have given us some, like, I get it. They're two different characters, right? Like, and his character is more reserved, so he's not going to pop off as much as, Jules in Pulp Fiction. But, But still, I thought, like, even when he gets the progress reports and he, like, throws them and he's kind of mad, but I don't know. I feel like I don't buy that he's actually angry. And, I get that. I think he plays the reserve side of Coach Carter. So, like, really 80% of this movie, I think he does really, really well. But, like, in the monologues where he's got to be, like, firing the team up, I don't buy it too much. And, when he's supposed to be super mad, I don't know. I don't buy it. That's just me personally. What did you think?
Okay. No, that's fair. I think I agree with you in the one scene. I feel like he was pretty good in like the firing up the teams and stuff. But I do agree. But I don't know if it was on purpose of like when the guy spit on his car, if he was kind of like halfway in between angry and like I'm still because it was he with his kid or with his daughter, his wife at that point?
No, he was with his son because he gets out and then his son gets out. He's like, no, chill, like it's over, and he's like, God damn it.
Yeah. No, I think the goddamn it was a little like it was a little strange.
I don't know,
it's a little off.
And it's Samuel L. Like, how does what?
I don't know if he was playing it half and half. Like, I don't know if that was a choice or if he just wasn't feeling it like fully in that moment. Even just like I'm gonna give it, and he's like that's all I can really give. Maybe it was one of those moments, or he was like, I want to try give like I'm angry, but like my son's there, so I kind of want to be like off. But like it doesn't play well. I agree. In that scene, it was a little strange.
I get what you're saying, that like, he would react differently. Like you said, his son's there and his character in general is more reserved. So him popping off wouldn't be as crazy as someone else, a different character. But I feel like his character throughout the whole movie doesn't even react at all to to people talking shit to him or getting mad at him. So in this, when he's actually reacting, I feel like it's because he's reached his breaking point. And because you have news on your ass asking you to open up, all the parents ask you to open up the gym, the community shooting in your window, like everybody is against him, the principal is against him, the teachers, like everybody is against him, and this guy's spinning on his car, like he reached his breaking point. So I feel like even if you have a reserved personality, if you reach that point and you're about to pop off, you'll actually pop off. You won't half-ass kind of pop off.
No, that's true. No, you're 100% right. I agree.
Okay. But yeah, like I said, the rest of it, like when he's playing that cool, no nonsense, I think he's really, really good.
Oh,
in the rest of the movie when he's playing which is, like I said, is 90% of the movie. So
yeah. But no,
still
you
a
make
really
a good point. No, you definitely do make a great point. I didn't really think of it like that, but like as I'm reimagining the scene, it's like, it was like a weird like portrayal.
Yeah. It kind of, I noticed it. It jumped out at me. And I think as an actor, it should be the opposite. Like it should just be seamless as I'm watching the movie. Like, okay, the character is doing this. This is the emotions he's feeling. But I feel like he didn't play well, and it jumped out at me. So, we get then to Worm Jr. and Lyle.
Oh, there's one thing I want to mention too. One thing I want to mention.
Go ahead.
It's during the montage. It was a quick thing, but I have to throw it in there because it was something that had me kind of scratching my head. Like the whole like they're studying montage, right? Yeah. And you remember the scene when he goes up to those girls to get them to go to the library?
Oh yeah.
What the hell was that? What was that for?
Yeah, you're right. That was weird.
It was like, can you guys? They're already going though. It's not like they weren't. There was pushback. At this point, we're in the montage of them going. Halfway through the montage, he gets these three girls to go in. They go, "Ooh, let's go in." And then doesn't even like you don't even see those girls again. It wasn't even like they were in there and he was like, "Gotcha," and they're like, "Oh, I guess we'll start." It was just so random.
You're right. Yeah, and they were literally like 2 steps from the door to the library because they see the girls walk in. They're like, "Oh, what's up, shawty?" And then they go in. But yeah, you're right. There was no point of that because we were already halfway through the montage and they were already doing their studying. And
and why would the girls do it? What does they get?
That's a
from
good
it?
point too. Did he pay them
I
or
just
something?
didn't
I'll give you $5
understand.
if you go to the library.
I
That's a
just
good
didn't
point.
understand. It was just so strange. I just had to point that out because it's like
I
a
thought it was
weird.
a little weird, but now that you like rate it, it's even more weird than I. Yeah, there was no point in that. That was weird. So yeah, like I said, with Worm Jr. Lyle, they're chilling just on a street somewhere.
Yeah.
And some guys come in, they start talking shit, saying they suck, they're gonna beat their ass. And so they kind of start scrapping, and Cruz was across the street. He notices them, he pulls up, he backs them up, he flashes his gun. He's like, nah, y'all get out of here, blah, blah, blah. And then across the street, his cousin gets in an argument and he gets popped. So then there's a slow-mo Cruz running across the street. No. This is kind of theatrical, but he's running across. He's broken. He grabs him. They call 911. They're trying to get some help. And then Cruz pulls up to the house. So he goes to the coach's house and he breaks down. Well, he starts off tough. He's like, I want to be back on the team, coach. Just what do I got to do to be back on the team? Coach notices all the blood. He's like, no, don't worry about that. Come inside. And then he breaks down. He's like, just tell me what I got to do. He's amazing in this scene.
No,
like,
he was really
killing
good in that
it.
scene. He's really good in that scene.
Whatever I got to do, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, no, that scene
even
was
if it's 2,500 push-ups,
Yeah, I was gonna
and 1,000 suicides.
You imagine the scene where he hugs him. He's like, just come inside. You got to do 1,000 push-ups again. Can you imagine in that moment?
And then just sends him back on his way.
Yeah.
Like, hugs him close. Don't worry. Yeah, 8,000 push-ups and 30,000 suicides by Tuesday. All right. See you then.
He's like, Coach.
That'd be hilarious.
That'd be hilarious. Hey, rules are rules.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, you signed the contract, bro.
I think the whole team would leave him after.
Yeah.
They're like, this guy's insane.
After his cousin just got killed,
Yeah,
and he breaks down crying. So then we're at the hearing. Like I said, I'm assuming it's like the school board.
Yeah.
And this is when the parents and that teacher are saying, that you got to end the lockout. My kids want to play ball. If my kid doesn't have ball, he's going to get into trouble, which is a fair point.
Yeah.
But again, send him to class and then he can play on the team. But, whatever. We've said that enough times. The teacher with that same shit, I don't want to do progress reports. It's so much work.
Oh my gosh.
Bitch ass. So, and then he gets on the mic and he gives a nice little speech preaching discipline and not being above the law. He's like, you're sending the wrong message to these kids that pro athletes or good athletes are above the law. That's not the message I want to send.
No.
The board votes and they vote to end the lockout. The only votes that he gets are the principal that I guess he convinced to flip, and the whoever was running the meeting, I guess the president or whoever that was. Mm-hmm. Everyone else is like, nah, let the kids hoop.
No, 100%. And this bothered me too, because I was and like again, I watched the documentary, and again, he said 90% of it was real, and this he said in the documentary was like very like adamant on it, was like, yeah, that really happened. He's like, they really wanted the ball season to go back over the grades thing, like they didn't. I was like, that's crazy. Like, why do you guys care about ball so much? Why do you care so much?
Ball is life.
Even the kids were on Coach Carter's side. That was the weirdest thing to me. It wasn't like the parents are like, oh, this is unfair. And the teacher's like, this is unfair. I'm like, well, how about the kids? Why don't you ask them if it's fair for them? Some of them were there.
Yeah.
I know they didn't want to speak, but I'm like, that's crazy that everyone was so
this
adamant.
is how it is, though. It's adults making decisions for kids, Like, that's the way it is in the world. And yeah, you're right. A lot of it, I feel like, is just parents and their egos too, like they're, especially in sports industry, it's, if it's coaches or if it's principals or scouts, like they're all trying to, if your team does super well, you can advance. So they're kind of using kids for like career advancement. And
that's true.
Same with like the superintendent or, whoever, all the people on the board. I don't know. It's having their school win the state championship maybe means more funding for the school and stuff like that. So I feel like it's probably all that backwards agenda shit, but like the parents and teachers, I don't know. I think they're just being lazy.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So we get Kenyon and Kira again, another visit, and this is the one that finally we see something
meaningful
different.
One.
Finally there's something different. So there he gives her a gift. He gives her a shirt. because he gets a scholarship, and he says that they're going to help him with a baby. You know, they get a full ride. She can come with them. They're going to help with the baby. So he feels like pressure off his shoulders, you know, because the whole time he's like, how am I going to feed this kid? How are we going to take care of this kid? Now he's like, okay, we're going to have some support. This is great. And then unfortunate timing, because she's like, no more baby.
Yeah.
So she went and aborted the baby. But he says, no, I still want you to come with me. She's like, go play ball, go ball out, go crazy. He's like, all right, I still want you to come with me. And they're like, good shit, Kenyon. You love this girl. You're gonna bring her with you. Good job.
She really didn't think he messed with her.
Yeah.
Like he really just like, she's like, yeah, you just want to get down and all that shit. Yeah, she puts
in her defense, that's literally what happened. Like we said earlier, he pulls up, the baby starts crying, and he's like, no cheeks. All right.
Yeah, that's true. No cheeks.
So no head. So they get into the state tournament. They're like, oh, we barely snuck in. I guess because they forfeited a bunch of games, and that's how they didn't get in. I don't know how they still didn't get in. Like, bro, they were undefeated the whole season, bro. Come on, like, how is it even? I get that they had this whole thing and they forfeited games, but like, come on, they deserve to be there.
In defense, but anyways, I feel like when you look at the grand scheme of it, now that I didn't really know how it worked back then either, but like, let's just assume there's Carmelo Anthony's and LeBron's and all these other different schools that are probably also undefeated. They're probably not the only undefeated team. There's probably a lot of undefeated teams if you look at it like that way.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So they get in and they get St. Francis. So the Ty Crane, the one and only Ty Crane. So they get St. Francis, their matchup. And we get right to the game. There's that sick slow-mo shot of them walking through the tunnel.
Oh yeah.
They all got their warm-ups on, their big ass bags, huge fucking clothes, just gigantic. But
swimming in it.
Yeah, it's a dope shot. So the game goes through. This is a whole big sequence. The game, it's pretty sick.
Yeah,
we get Ty Crane, like I said, classic cocky, and he's talking shit the whole time. Man, I'm dropping 50 tonight. And then so there's the 1 point game. Crane hits the buzzer beater, and they lose.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the game, or do you have anything to say overall about the final game?
First of all, I like the way it ended. I like that they lost. I mean, again, it's a true story. But like I feel like it's very cliche for a team to win off like a buzzer beater shot or whatever it is. Just like that slow mo of like, or like it wraps around the rim and then slow mo, everyone running.
A Kawhi shot.
Yeah, exactly. But again, I thought
fuck that Kawhi shot.
I liked this. What's it called? I like the way this ended even before I knew it was a true story because like, oh, it's different. It ended on a loss. It's a true story, but it's a different kind of ending. You don't really expect your heroes, I guess, to lose in the end, kind of thing. So I like the way it ended. I liked Coach's little motivational speech, but I felt like he was giving his hand a little bit when he was like, "If you guys play hard, you'll be right there." And at first I was like, is he saying like he's already expecting them to lose? Like you guys aren't being Ty Crane. Like I don't, because he didn't say if you work hard you'll win. He said if you work hard you'll be right there. Which is, I guess being right, all you need to be is right there. Because maybe if you're right there, all it takes is a lucky shot. Yeah,
exactly.
It came down to there is only one Ty Crane.
There is only one.
They just didn't have
better than LeBron James, bro.
Yeah, maybe if they had those dudes from the beginning of the movie, they would have won.
Yeah, maybe if they didn't take however long off to study and all that shit. That's why the parents were so mad. They're like, we can win the state championship. At least let them practice.
Yeah, true. It's like I know for a fact that Ty Crane doesn't do his schoolwork. Yeah. He's got kids doing it for him.
Yeah, Ty Crane doesn't do his shit. You tell me my son's got to do that? Bullshit. Although Ty Crane's going to St. Francis, he's not at Richmond, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not in the poorest part of town.
This is true.
So then, so we get the final scene. We get Coach giving his speech in the locker room, saying he's proud of them, and then they come out. And we get the classic outro that we've seen like memed a bunch of times, like I'm hopeful, yes I am, every single day. And then all the guys get their scholarships, and that's the end of the movie. But I don't know, I just love when the music played, I kind of forgot that was from this movie because I've seen it done in so many reels or TikTok videos. But I don't know, that song bangs.
Oh, it does bang. It really does. And again, it's cliche, and I don't know. I'm sure there's many movies, like I said, I've done this in the past, where it's like the slow mo of like where that person ended up, and now it's just a funny cliche. And I love to see it honestly when movies do it, because I'm like, there we go. There's that funny little The little thing, because sometimes you wonder. It's like, okay, what happened to
Yeah.
that? What happened to that character? You don't have to show me like a little, like a 5 years later thing. Just do that little thing, and we're good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. I like that they in true stories. I always love that because I always wonder. I'm like, okay, after the events of this story, what happened? So yeah, just a little note for each player saying kind of how they got down, and I'm happy and impressed. You know, I was expecting one of them to be like, because normally there's at least one of them that's like, you know, he got back into a running in with the wrong
Yeah.
gang and now he's in prison or something. But no, all of them was like, he got a scholarship, played for this many years, he has a degree now
Yeah.
and he's actually working. Like, it was all good shit. So
No, I was happy about that too. I was worried. Because I forgot to. I was like, shit,
Yeah.
did Cruz get back into the shit?
yeah, it was
Yeah,
Cruz.
I was worried about that. I was like, Cruz actually got in trouble selling drugs, and he spent the next 5 years. But then he got out and did it. Maybe I was like, no, he didn't even turn back again. I'm like, all right, good.
It was good, man, because
Straight.
he gave his I skipped a whole scene, bro, when
Wait, which
they
one?
come back and when
Oh, the speech.
yeah, the
Pursue his
speech.
fear.
Yeah, when he's the coach is forced
Mhm.
to end the lockout, like after the vote of the lockout, and so he says he's gonna quit, you know, because he's like, I can't support this message that you're sending to the players. And then they come in and they're like, you know, they can take the chain off the door, but they can't make us play. And then Cruz gives the deepest fear monologue. He's like,
Yeah.
all right. But yeah, that was dope. And
Oh, it was
so
dope.
I guess that was what flipped Cruz and turned him to a life of sovereignty and goodness.
Oh, I'm glad to see it, man.
You got any facts? You got any cool facts for us?
Again, one of the things that I saw when I was watching, I keep saying documentary. It's like 10, 20 minutes, not that long, of talking about like, the real Coach Carter. And I sprinkled some throughout the movie, but it was just little things that I thought was interesting, that like when they were on that crazy winning streak, they didn't like, all the barbers like in the city gave them all free haircuts. Imagine how dope that is, bro. Just free
every week get
haircuts
a
for a
fresh
whole
cut.
season. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, these guys were definitely pulling.
Oh yeah.
Bro, you're getting a free cut every week. You're winning games. The news is talking about you. Yeah, these guys are rock stars.
And apparently, another thing that was crazy too is that the school was so bad. Like when Coach Carter first got there, they didn't show that part. They kind of left that part out. That they didn't have nets like on their rims. Inside the school, they didn't have nets.
Yikes!
Like people would be stealing nets outside. I guess people were stealing the nets inside the school. So their games, they didn't have nets. I guess they didn't want to have that little thing where it's like, I mean, that would have been like a cool little thing where he would have been like, you know, like put up the ladder and been like, you know what, we're going to have nets now, you know, just like he owns a sporting store.
Yeah.
So that could have been like a cool little thing. It's not a big thing that changed the whole story, but I guess it would add a little more depth to just like how rough it is. These guys don't even have nets. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never been inside any school that doesn't have nets on the inside.
Indoor.
We also live
you're right.
We also don't live like in a bad neighborhood or lived in a bad neighborhood. So, but still,
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah. No, you're right.
It's crazy.
The only one I had was that I actually found this pretty cool, that the only place accurate to Richmond High in the movie is the interior of the gym. And funny you were just talking about that. Like all of the outside of the school or in classrooms or anything like that they shot was all done in LA because it was actually a fear of like gang activity. Like it's so bad in that neighborhood that even just shooting, they didn't want to mess with that. So they only shot inside the gym, and even the jerseys are not accurate.
Oh, really?
And I was like, why? Like the actual jerseys of Richmond High are apparently navy, red, and white. Why would you change the colors?
Yeah, that's so weird.
Like that's so easy to just keep accurate. There's no reason to change the colors.
It is really weird. I don't get that.
Yeah. Whatever. That's all I had.
Okay.
So
there was one last thing that I had, and it's just like a small thing that after coach, I think he did 3 years, and then after he went to go coach slam ball. Like coach.
What?
Yeah.
They have coaches?
I didn't
even know they had coaches. Bro, basketball and trampoline. What are you even coaching?
I
They
don't
run
know.
plays and shit?
They won their championship
must.
the first year. His first year of coaching the Rumble was the name of the team. They won the championship in the first year. What? Yeah, what are you coaching?
I have no idea, bro.
And why is that the leap he made? He wasn't like, let me try to do NCAA. Let me try to like go and do another school. Let me do slam ball.
Yeah, that's wild.
They must have thrown a bag.
Facts.
I don't remember at the time because it was like in 2002, so we were hella young when there's like actually, because this whole thing actually happened in like 1999. Like, so like the movie came out like 6 years later, but that's still wild.
Yeah, slam ball. Who the hell watches slam ball? What is a coach? That's crazy, bro.
The story was so big that like, let's get people to watch it by saying we have Coach Carter problems.
Maybe.
Probably one of those things. It was like Caitlin Clark is trying to get being in the big three. It's like one of those things. It's like,
right.
Who's a popular name? Boom. But I don't think it worked.
You're probably right. Right. So time for the filmies.
So for those that don't know, we have an award show. Part of our show, we got 6 awards that we give out throughout the movie. So our first award is the Ferris Bueller Award. It's our lazy award. So it can go out to the director, actor. It's a part of the movie that we thought was lazy. It's usually lighthearted. It's not something that usually ruins the movie. But Scott, what was your Ferris Bueller Award?
My Ferris Bueller goes to the team, the Richmond Oilers.
Yeah.
In the final game against Ty Crane, Junior gets a fast break block on him in the clutch.
Yeah.
Like they're coming down 1-on-1. It's like kind of like a chase down even. And he goes up for the dunk and Junior gets a huge block. Crazy play.
Yeah.
And the team just kind of claps and says like, good block. Bro, get up and go nuts. Like he could just like this is in the clutch in the state championship against who's supposed to be the next LeBron James. This guy's going number 1 in the NBA draft, and your boy just stuffed him on the fast break. You're not getting lit?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
That's a good point. Yeah, they weren't that hyped.
They were not hyped. It was a crazy play. And they were just like, I get coach was like, no showboating, but like it doesn't even have to be showboating, but you could get up and fire your guy up. They all just kind of clapped. It's a good block.
Yeah, that's true.
I was cheesed, man. I was like, this is lazy.
That's a good point. Especially when you break it down, this dude's supposed to be the next LeBron James.
Exactly.
It's like you do anything against him. You pickpocket him. People be like, yo, you can say that you pickpocket Ty. You stuffed Ty Crane. Like there's someone out there that's still holding on to, I blocked LeBron James back in high school. Someone's holding on to that.
100%.
So the fact
his
they
team
happy for
would have
their
went
boy,
nuts.
Yeah. Man, that's
they
a good
no
point.
love for Junior, bro. He made a crazy play and nobody gave a fuck. I was cheesed.
No, that's good. That's a
So
good
they give
point.
my lazy award.
That's a good one. See, with me, my lazy award goes to Coach Carter for his name of his store because it's just Coach's Sporting. It's Carter's Sporting Goods.
Okay.
To me, it's just lazy. But here's the thing: like, I was so adamant about that because like when his thing got smashed, I was like, oh, it's just his place is just called Carter's. I was like, that's hella lazy. It's Carter's Sporting Goods. But then I realized that my lazy award goes to him, and it kind of goes to all sporting goods in general because all of them have lazy names. It's like some of these are Canadian, but like Sports Check, Sporting Life, Play It Against Sports, Dick's Sporting Goods. There's no like flair to sporting goods stores. I'm just realizing everything just has sports or sporting in it.
All right. Well, what would your sports store be then?
I don't know.
Not Dion Sporting Goods.
I feel like it'd be something like I don't know,
something
like
clever.
Something clever. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I'd go into a niche and I'd be like hoops or something, and then I don't know. I feel like you got to put something, just your name and then sporting goods. I don't know.
Okay.
I was reaching on this clearly.
Yeah, you didn't find anything lazy. Hey, that's good. That's what we say.
No, it is
a good
good.
movie doesn't have a bunch of lazy shit. So,
but that one just stuck with me. Then as I was thinking about it more, I'm like, damn, all these places. Because I was looking for good ones as an example, and I was like, wait, all of them are just
Finish Line.
Sports.
It's kind of cool.
Finish Line, that's a good one.
That makes sense.
That does make
that
sense. Do you just thought of that?
No, you've never heard of Finish Line?
Nah.
It's a sporting store.
Oh, never heard of it.
You never heard of it? Shit.
Oh, Decathlon.
No, yeah, I just came up with that. No, I just came up with Finish Line.
Decathlon. That one just came to mind.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good one.
Yeah,
Decathlon.
okay.
They sell everything. That's kind of cool.
Rim rockers, fucking.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't want to. Sometimes you don't want to go with just like the one sport thing because if you call yourself like like home run, then people just think you only have
Yeah.
baseball shit, probably, right?
Yeah.
So in that sense, I was like, what's a universal sports term where I don't have to say sporting goods or something? But I realize it's harder to name a sports
Yeah, I was
store than
gonna
I
say
thought.
you can't come up with anything, so
It's harder than
you're
I
giving
thought.
a lazy word. You're finding difficulty naming anything
I'm not
else.
confident with this one, clearly, but yeah, that was.
That's okay. It is
Let's
what it
move
is.
on. Let's move on. So Scott, what was I wasn't lazy with my fit check. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
What was yours though?
So my fit check goes to Kenyon.
Okay.
This is in the final scene with Kira,
Okay.
and so he pulls up. He's got Tim's, like classic Tim's, the butters. They're clean.
Mhm.
He's got like a sweater. It's a
Mhm.
dope ass sweater. It's like off white, like a cream with some red. I don't know if it's a stripe or it's like a whole block down the side because he's got like a jacket over top.
Yeah.
But like he's got a huge like puffy turtleneck
Yeah.
collar around with the red. Oh, that was dope. And then, like I said, over top he's got the jean jacket and the dark jeans that match the jacket and some nice stud earrings. He was swagged out. It was nice and
flexing hard.
baggy with the times.
Yeah.
So it was, everything was clean. I was also thinking, I was like, bro, this is in LA. Is he not hot? Like he's got a big ass sweater, a jean jacket.
Bro, the whole
Well, not
movie,
LA,
I
but
was wondering
California.
what the weather was like.
Yeah.
There were so many times when they're wearing big jackets. I'm like, I guess the time is changing over time, but like, I mean, the weather's changing over time, but it's just like, I was trying to figure out like, what is the weather? Like sometimes they're wearing winter jackets. Sometimes they're just
Yeah.
like, they're just cool
I
in
think
it.
it's just the swag, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
everything was baggy as
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
So
No,
the
that's
biggest
true.
thing you could possibly get, throw it on and you're good to go.
That's true. Hey, Scott, guess what? We got a certified fit check.
Certified.
Oh, as soon as I heard you in the final cut, I was like, I did. The fit was so fire, bro.
It was clean.
It was clean.
Yes.
They knew what they were
bro,
doing too. The lead up of him walking on.
Yes,
like,
I
they
was about to
showed the
say.
whole.
Bro, because he's got like the bag because he's got the shirt that he's about to give her that he just got because you know what it was? He just got a scholarship and he was about to be like, nah, I got you, girl. We're about to go. We're going to have help. He was feeling nice. He's like, let me
Yeah.
get a crazy fit right now. And you're right. We see him across the street. We see him. They slowly have him cross the street. We get the whole fit. Fucking dope.
I bet you that actor asked if he could keep that outfit. Can I bring this home?
That
Like,
sweater
oh
is
my-
fucking sick.
Oh my goodness, it's fresh.
It was so dope.
This was when I was like, oh man, there's so many cool jerseys. And when that scene happened, I'm like, nah, this is it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is it.
Literally
I'm
made
like,
that. Like I said, I had Worm with his Iverson. He had the hat and the jersey, and I wanted to give him love because I'm a big Iverson fan.
Yeah.
I was like, I think this is gonna be my fit. And then Kenyon rolled up like that. I was like, all right.
no, way too clean.
Yep.
Way too clean. I'm glad we agreed.
Nice.
All right,
Certified.
Certified. So now that we got a certified fit check, what was your favorite quote of the movie?
My favorite quote. This took me right the hell out.
Oh shit.
It goes to Kira's friend.
Oh, okay.
So her and her girlfriends are talking about the baby,
Mhm.
and one of the friends like, "Oh, what about LaQuisha? Like for a name?" And her friend says the ghetto called and they want their name back. LaQuisha might as well call her food stamp.
That took me out. That was my honorary.
Yo, that was rude as fuck. That's crazy. Yo, if your name is Lakeisha and you're watching this movie,
Oh my god.
you got to send a letter to fucking Fox or whoever made this movie. That's nasty as hell.
MTV.
Yeah, or
man.
okay, MTV, bro. Might as well call her food stamp. Yo, that's fucking
Yo,
nasty.
that was crazy. I was
That
thinking
killed me.
I was thinking the same thing. Literally, the part of the reason I didn't pick, I was like, man, what if there's a Lakeisha listen to our show? Yo, I don't want
That's what I'm saying. If your name's Lakeisha, hey, I don't have no hate with the name Lakeisha.
Yeah, I don't
I just
either.
thought the fucking quote was funny. All right, yo, Kira's friend was nasty, downright
savage.
dirty to anybody named Lakeisha. Call her
And,
food stamp.
oh yeah, and shout out to the girl that want like her friend that said Lakeisha. Like that was
Facts.
her. She was a cheetah. Shout out, she's a cheetah. I don't remember the Cheetah Girls. You remember that movie,
Oh
The
yeah,
Cheetah Girls?
Oh, she was one of the
them.
Cheetah Girls. Oh shit, I didn't
Yeah.
notice.
And she was in That's So Raven. She was the one that was always bullying her. I don't know if that's a heavy throwback.
That's,
Yeah.
I feel like I picture her now, but I didn't really look at her that much. I mean, she's in like a 10-second
Yeah.
scene and she
No,
just gets
she's not
chewed out
much.
for
Yeah, exactly.
her name suggestion.
But I just recognized her
Food
face.
stamp.
Yeah, food stamps is crazy. Food stamps is crazy.
Oh my god!
I'm so
bro.
sorry, Lakeisha, if you're listening to this. I'm so sorry.
Downright dirty. Oh my god.
It's funny you mentioned that because I had it literally down to 2 quotes. I was like, "This is great." I'm gonna put this in my honorary because something later killed me just as much.
Okay.
And that being said, my quote was when it was a scene when they were the reporters started coming and everything, right? And then
Okay.
Worm and all those guys were watching them, and he just starts giggling to himself and like, "What are you laughing at?" He's like, "You thought I was about all of us knew your dumbass was failing science. Now the whole world must know your dumbass is failing science."
Yeah, you're right. That was funny. Yo, and Junior was like, "Nah, fuck this
Yeah, I know,
guy,
he's
bro."
immediately ready
He
to
starts
throw
to
hands.
swing. That was hilarious too. I mean, Worm was killing it, bro. That
Worm
was so
killing
funny, and it's facts. I mean, like, bro, we all do your fifth assignment. The whole world. That's crazy. That is crazy.
It's tough because it's true.
That's what I'm saying. It's facts, and oh man, that's
It's
funny.
like shit. They are about to know.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, they didn't say who it was that was failing science, but like, just for the joke, it's amazing.
Yeah. You imagine that they did though? They started saying them name by name. This person's doing this. This person like, yo, you could have said the team is struggling.
Yeah, exactly. They'd be like, why aren't you taking the chain off the door? Well, the whole team lived up to the contract, but that stupid ass Junior cannot fucking learn for shit. His fucking science is in the gutter.
And he can't read apparently.
Yeah, when they gave him the newspaper and he was like slowly struggling through it, I was like, damn, poor Junior. Someone help this guy out, man.
Why would they do that to him? Why would they start
He's even like, I can't remember what the word is, but he's like, Junior is such a, and then the coach comes in and has to tell him what the word is. And it's like, you didn't have to do him like that, man.
You didn't have to do him like that, man. Damn.
That was rough.
All right, so
food stamp.
All right, so our next award is the Nas Reed Award because Nas Reed is currently the sixth man of the NBA. So Scott, who was your sixth man of this movie?
My sixth man, I almost gave it to Cruz because he's literally the sixth man of the team.
Yeah.
So I was like, I kind of feel like I should give it to him, but I didn't because there was another guy, and I think this is my best six man award to date. Okay. There isn't a guy that literally had 2 seconds of screen time. Okay. But holy shit, he did the most with it.
Okay. I don't know where you're going.
At the Bay Hill tournament, the game against the Cougars.
Yeah.
The Cougars get an and one in the clutch, so a big play. And there's a quick shot where they cut to their crowd, like their side of the bleachers, and everyone's clapping, going crazy. And there's a guy at the front doing I had to shout out Reddit for getting me the name of this, the funky chicken. You know, when he had his hand on the back of his head and then the other hand grabbing his ankle and he's like moving his leg back and forth. Like, you know that he's doing it so aggressively though. Like everyone's just clapping and getting hype. This guy's going like bow, bow, bow. And he does it like 3 times. It like super aggressively. I was like, okay, this guy got the most limited role in the movie. He's literally an extra and he went nuclear with it. He's got to be my sixth man. I had to shout him out. He's got to be my sixth man.
I know 100% the scene you're talking about. I vividly remember this dude. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, damn, that dude's going in.
He's the Cougars' #1 fan, bro. He was lit.
Damn, if I knew you were going to go that route, I would have gave it to Shorty that was giving the crazy wine. Now I'm thinking back.
Oh, yeah.
As we were talking through,
that would be a good one,
that's
too.
That's a six man. She didn't even talk. She just showed off her skills, yo.
Yeah,
she's trying to get a music video off of this role.
Facts, bro.
Unfortunately, what?
I mean, Kira was there.
Yeah,
that's
she's true.
A musician. She's exactly. So she was like, and she was the one that was looking at her.
That's true.
So she's like, she's gonna watch you. So ball out. She's like, all right, let me.
That's true.
Buzz down crazy on Kenyon right now.
That's what she was doing. I didn't even take that in.
That's what she was doing.
100% that's what she was doing. She's like, yo, I'm about to get a music video.
Facts.
But so, I didn't go that route. Unfortunately, I give her a quick shout out. But sorry, I'm coughing here. My sixth man goes to Mark Robert Ellis. And it's funny, we were kind of talking about at the beginning. He's the coordinator of the movie. And we're kind of like, well, we're iffy on it. But I personally, he did the coordination of because we talked about how like they did the extensive training and everything. And the actors, they went through like a 3-week program, everything. But he said the actors learned about 70 plays in preparation for this movie. And like it was a bunch of passes and picks, and like they put a lot of emphasis on teamwork. And to me, that's crazy. I don't know how often they do this because to me, again, I'll agree. There is some scenes that like a little goofy, like you talk about with like coach's son. Like he doesn't look the most athletic. Some of these guys
Yeah.
it's okay, but just the fact that we got so many like basketball scenes, like there's a lot of actual scenes of the game. If you watch, like not all of them, some movies do better than others, but you watch a lot of basketball movies, and a lot of times it'll literally just be the simplest of like dribble. You might see a pass. You see do a jump shot, and you get the classic cutaway of like he goes up for the jump shot, and all you see is just the
The ball go
the
in.
ball going
Yeah.
in net. But you actually see guys like actually like the same person is dunking it, or like you'll see someone pull up a jump shot and the ball will just follow right into the net. There's no cut. So it's like they're actually going through the motion. I just appreciate that they actually choreographed them actually like setting screens and doing things. Again, they're not all these guys aren't the greatest ballers, so their handles and some of the things aren't the best.
Yeah.
But I just appreciate the fact that like they actually put an effort. Because I feel like they don't do that as much. I've seen other basketball movies again, like it's a very minimal basketball play, but as someone that like likes basketball, I feel like there was an effort to actually put the moves out there.
Yeah, no, that's a great pick, man. Like it could be considered a small role because it's like a detail, right? And
Yeah.
like for us as hoopers, it's something that we would notice. Like for a regular moviegoer, they probably wouldn't care. Like they probably don't even mind, seeing like you say someone shoot and then it cuts to the ball going in. Like they probably don't really care. But yeah, these little details, like for basketball players, just make all the sequences in game more enjoyable. And you're right, there's a lot of overhead shots where we see them passing and moving and setting screens, and it's all done. It's actually really fast and it looks good. Like it is really well done. So shouting out the guy that made it happen, I like it.
No, for sure. So yeah, that's why I think Mark Roberts was good, because like with the stuff that he did with the choreography for the basketball playing, for the basketball plays and stuff was really good. But I want to know what your best scene of the movie was. So what was it?
For me, it's the best. It's the first practice.
Okay.
So it's yeah, like when he comes in and the team, they're all in shambles, they're shooting around, they're cracking jokes with each other, they're all unorganized, and I think Samuel L. is great in this scene. It's the first kind of time we see him in the coaching role, and he's got to come with that no nonsense character. And he does it super well. And, he carries so much gravitas and demands respect. He comes with the contracts and the players, the ones that get kicked out, he's like, all right, see ya. So like we just learn right away. It sets the tone so well for the rest of the movie that he's like, no, we're doing it my way. You got to respect the contract. You got to do the right thing. And he's no nonsense about it. And Samuel L. is great in it. And the interaction with the players is so good. I love that scene. I mean, every time, like when we enter that scene, there's like a kind of a back shot from the back corner of the gym, and he's walking toward the players with the old coach. And I remember this scene, like when I think of this movie, it's the first thing I remember, and I'm like, all right, here we go. I love this shit.
No, yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. It's not my best scene, but I do when the movie started and we're going into that and he's walking, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this scene. Because like you said, it's a pivotal part of the movie because it really sets the tone of what he's getting into. Like this is what you're signing up for.
Yeah, is like this is I took this job so I could do it this way, and I'm here to not only grow you as basketball players but grow you as men. And then the confrontation with Cruz, and Cruz is great in this movie. So them going back and forth, and there's that little bar like we said, sir, do you believe this uppity Negro, sir? There's these little bar, and like I said, we come in and we see the players with the biggest shorts you ever seen in your life, and it just made me laugh. And I'm like, this scene has everything. It's great. I love it.
That's a good scene. The shorts thing is great too. It's just another added thing that reminds you of the times.
It's down to like their ankles almost. Like they're almost like pants. Like how could you hoop in these? How?
And I used to wear baggy shorts to play ball, but never that baggy. Baggy. And we had baggy jerseys too. It like even in high school they were big. We just had to tuck them in, but that was insane. They're capris basically.
It's freaking crazy, bro. I don't know how. Yeah, and they're like running and dunking, and I'm like, bro, imagine how much easier it'd be if you had 40 less pounds of fabric on your body. Like, it's insane.
Oh, it's so true. It's so true. With my, I kind of showed my hand a little bit with with my best scene because I talked about, but mine was
Mm,
was Coach Carter versus the principal, and
mm,
I just thought it was really powerful because like in these scenes, it really emphasizes like how bad the situation is. You know, like the principal knows like the uphill battle he has to take like with these kids to get them to even to graduate, and like I just like how the coach he doesn't believe in that defeatist mindset. Like we were talking about that, don't even try. Like they're not even gonna like most of them don't even graduate. Like he
yeah.
doesn't care about the statistics. Like he's like I said, I like how he added that bar of like she tells him to win basketball games. That's your job. And he's like, well, your job is to help these students. So like that's what you should be doing. I just like the pushback, and I just like him pushing back against like the defeatist mindset, just in general, just as a whole. Like because it's a shame when people just get stuck in that. Like there's reasons these stats exist, but it doesn't mean you have to be part of that statistic. You know what I mean? Because like look at like LeBron James and so many other guys. You know what I mean? Like they're part of those same statistics. You know what I mean? It's like oh 1 in a million chance. It's like well even if like you don't end up going to the NBA, you can still at least graduate and maybe just get into university. It does not mean you have to necessarily going to become LeBron James, but like don't set yourself up to be like there's no point even trying. Like that whole mindset. I'm just glad that he pushed back on that, and I just liked the dynamic of them two in that scene. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. No, it's good. And you're right that, it's not about going to the NBA. Like
Mm,
for him, that was never he never talks about that at all throughout the
yeah,
movie, saying, I want to get these players to go pro. He wants to get them to go to college so
yeah,
that they can get an education and then they can then get a job, make
mm,
money, like help them get better rather than finish high school, maybe not even graduate, and then they can't get a job. They have to then go to the streets and sell drugs or whatever, right? So
yeah,
like him, like you say, pushing back against the system per se or that mindset is I mean it's really the theme of the movie,
yeah,
and it's done well like in this scene, and kind of they kind of both characters in this scene embody the opposite side,
mm,
and the fact that she's his boss, right? Like
yeah,
she's the principal and he's like, yeah, that's your job and I suggest you start doing yours. I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. That was hard.
okay, Coach Carter,
That was hard.
okay.
It almost led me to him being my MVP of the movie, but he's not my MVP. I'm curious, who is your MVP?
My MVP is Rick Gonzalez,
Okay.
who is the actor that plays Cruz.
Yeah.
So I've been saying all along, I thought he was great in this movie, and really, I just thought he was the best actor on screen.
Yep.
Like anytime he was in a scene, or whenever if he was the focal point, if it was his subplot that we're going through, he just jumped out at me in every scene that he was in. I thought that he was spectacular. And I mean, when his cousin dies and he's running and he's crying, and then he goes to the house and he's trying to, look tough in front of coach and be like, I just want to get back on the team. He doesn't even talk about the blood on his shirt. And then when he like slowly breaks down and like he's trying not to cry, but then like it's so good. Like it's exactly what it looks like when someone's trying not to cry, and he's doing it so well. And I thought his subplot actually added something. I was talking
Yeah.
about Kenyans that I thought it didn't do anything, but
Yeah.
his, like with his cousin dying and him being on the team, off the team, like it actually was evolving, and it brought us really deep into his character. I thought he was amazing, and he's my MVP.
And Scott, guess what? We got another certified.
Certified.
Let's go.
Hey.
But yeah, I 100% agree. And I kind of felt you were leaning that way. Just like little tells when you were just like, I thought he was amazing in this movie. I'm like, that's his MVP. We
Yeah.
got the same
Yeah.
MVP. I know we got the same.
Shoot, my poker face wasn't good enough. But
No, but
I mean, it's not like it's a
yeah,
secret,
I
I
know. It's
guess.
just
But
like I got him. No, but I literally everything you said. The only thing I want to add to that is just like I feel like again, I just like his whole character arc too. Like I really loved how it was just how it was. I thought it was realistic. Of like we know, like we see this guy like in the opening scene, like we were talking about, who was just very against him, and it makes sense that he initially want to leave. He came back and then he left again, and I find that realistic because people are more complicated than that. If this is that kid's personality, the kid that we saw throughout this movie, it's like that is what would happen. It wouldn't just be like one time This is a guy that rides off of emotions. He's very emotional, and like when he's angry, he's angry. Yeah, screw that. Now I'm done. Whatever. Worm's a little bit like that too, but they pull him back in at times. But Cruz is just like, nah, I'm out. Okay, I'm in. I'm out. I'm in. Like he rides emotion. I find that's realistic that they had him go through that up and down thing. And again, I'm sure there was other characters that kind of were like that, like in real life. I mean, but like we don't really need to do that with everybody. Just we have that with one character. Maybe it was a TV show. You could have everyone leave and come back for their own reasons. But like to have it just be the one guy, and like I really enjoyed his arc throughout the movie. And like you said, that scene after he goes to coach after Remy gets killed, and like it's so powerful and emotional.
Amazing.
It's great. Yeah, he's really
killing
great
it. Like,
he really,
honestly, he's head to head with Samuel L. Jackson, and he's washing him. Like he's out acting him. Like,
it's
he's
crazy.
Incredible in that scene specifically. He has that monologue, like the deepest fear. When he stands up and he gives the whole monologue, and he looks very stern and confident, because that's after his cousin died and the coach takes him back in. Because I think that, I mean, obviously is meant to be like a breaking point for his character. Because like you said before that, he's in, he's out, he's in, he's out. He leaves the team twice. And like you said, he's very, very emotional and reactive. And then once that happens, and I think he kind of understands, he's like, okay, I can't go down this path. It only leads to, death or jail, nothing good. And coach is there for me. Like someone's supporting him. Like I feel like a kid like that, they never show this, but I would imagine a kid like that has no real support system around him, right? So like to have the coach, invite him into the house and take care of him, and try and teach him to be a man and imply that discipline on him. He then, after that moment, he takes, and he's with the team from then on. So he's just amazing in every, like, that arc is so well done. And I mean, you said they wanted to do that for every character, but we kind of almost do. Like we get Kenyon's arc, we get Junior a little bit because he leaves the team and then his mom has to come in, so we get a little bit of backside with Junior. We get Cruz, so we get most of them. But
well, I just meant so they don't need to do the arc of like everybody quitting, because I'm sure there was in like the real life, I know there was more guys that were like, screw this, like I'm out, and then came back. We didn't need like 4 dudes being like, I'm out, and then making their way back in, doing the suicide. You know what I mean? We didn't need that many people doing that. Those guys have their other things, and it was cool how theirs were different. But we didn't like 3 cruises doing that. You know what I mean?
No, so, you're right.
That's what I meant by that. When I said that, should have been more clear.
But no, but you're right. And I just think he was the best actor. Like every time he was on screen, he demanded my attention. He was killed every scene he was in, and most valuable.
He bodied it.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Be sure to follow us wherever you're listening to this. Follow or subscribe, as well as all social medias, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at The Film Room Pod. We will see you next week, and I will throw it over to Dion for a little banger here.
All right, so guys, you don't have to get up and look in the mirror. I want you to grab your phone, turn on the camera, look at it, and ask yourself, who listened to that podcast? You listen to that podcast. You listen to that shit. And peace out.